Hey guys, it's Fred. Thanks for joining me. Have another video for you, but before I put it on, I wanted to say I've seen a lot of these comments where a lot of people says when I say these are bad police officers or there's some good officers out there, and the majority of people says no, there's not. There's no such thing as a good cop, and I'm going to have to disagree with you. I think there are. You've still got to believe in humanity. We've still got to believe there's good in some of them. It seems like it's getting more and more turning bad than more and more turning good. But and that's why I'm showing these videos. I'm trying to let them see that people are going to start showing this stuff. They're going to start sharing it, and they're going to start watching it. They're going to start protesting. And they're going to start when officers go to court, they're going to question their honesty and integrity more before they believe everything that they're told. And it's really making police look dishonest. But there are honest police officers out there, guys. I spent 40 years as a police officer, and I'm going to tell you, I had my share of people that resisted arrest. I had my share of fights. There's a difference in arresting somebody and stopping the force when the arrest is made or the subject is subdued or handcuffed than there is to continue to beat or punch or tase or pepper spray. That's punishment. We're not allowed to distribute punishment. That's what the courts are for. And that's what I'm against. If I ever show a video that somebody disagrees with and you think it's not abuse, then by all means contact me and I'll take it down or review it at least. But I try to only show the ones that are abusive. This is not regular, good, upstanding, law-abiding police officers that's merely doing their job. You're not seeing me post videos of police officers that's been shot at and they shoot and kill somebody. You're not going to see me posting a video where a guy is actually fighting, resisting arrest actively, and the police officers are merely protecting themselves or trying to effect the arrest. That's not what I'm showing. Let's watch this one, see what you make of it.
Video surfacing of an apparent abuse of a handcuffed man in jail, and now a police officer has been arrested. That handcuffed man was left bloodied behind bars at the Homestead police station.
Let's get right to Local 10 News reporter Sinella Sabovic live with our top story. Sinella.
Nicole and Louis, that attack was all caught on jail surveillance, and it's pretty intense. You can see this inmate already handcuffed. This corrections officer then puts his hands on his back, shoves him headfirst into a concrete wall. That attack left him injured, and he was raced to the hospital right afterwards.
It's despicable. It's intolerable.
State Attorney Catherine Fernandez-Rundle announcing criminal.
Now, guys, I don't know how many of you out there can watch that video and not think that that's abuse. Some people actually get on to me for posting videos about police officers. Guys, that just because he has the title of police officer or carries a badge and a gun or a uniform, that guy is a thug. That guy is nothing more than a thug. To handcuff somebody behind their back when they're defenseless. I don't care what he called that officer. I don't care what he said to him. It did not warrant that kind of force, spin him and push him into that wall face first. That is nothing but simple assault. It's not simple assault. That's felonious assault. That man was defenseless, but it's definitely an assault.
Charges against a Homestead corrections officer.
Today, we are charging Homestead Police Officer Lester Brown with felony battery, which is a third-degree felony, and official misconduct, which is also a third-degree felony.
Officer Lester Brown is accused of attacking a handcuffed inmate, and it was all caught on jail surveillance. Last December, Jose Garcia Alvarado was arrested for disorderly intoxication and for resisting arrest without violence. This is video of him
resisting arrest without violence, first of all, and second of all, intoxication. Alcohol intoxication. The man's drunk. When the person is drunk, don't pay any attention to what they say, and as long as they're not assaulting you, and how can he assault you if he's handcuffed behind his back? So this man was initially charged with resisting without force. He's just probably not able to stand up on his own or
getting booked, and then this happens. Officer Brown puts his hands on his back and shoves him headfirst into a concrete wall. Alvarado starts bleeding.
Look at his face. Look at his face all busted up. That one slam into a brick wall. You know, he turned around, he said something there. It's hard to tell what he said. Called him SOB, called him, you know. I used to tell people, you can't call me nothing I've not been called in 40 years. These people are drunk. They're intoxicated. They're not thinking correctly. That's why you're arresting them, because they're a danger to themselves or others. And anyway, I'll go on.
Bleeding and is sent to the hospital.
Officer Brown's actions were not only improper, but they were crimes.
Fernandez
Yes,
Rundle
they were.
says Brown also lied in his written report, claiming that Alvarado was combative and that he pushed back on Brown. But in this next video clip, it clearly shows Alvarado calmly walking in. There is no struggle. Brown also wrote Alvarado fell forward, hitting his head on the wall.
We believe that the video evidence does.
Sure, he fell forward, hitting his head. That part of the report is right. Sure, he fell. After he'd been shoved and lost his balance and hit the wall, of course. Would he have fallen had the officer just set him down? Guys, this is abuse at its worst. I'm sorry to harp on it, but this is nothing but a thug in a uniform, and this is what we have to stop. These are the videos that I make. I'm not on here bashing good, honest, decent, hard-working police officers that protect and serve. This guy's not protecting and serving. This guy is hung up on his power and his authority. And when you have to assault another person, another human being, after he has been handcuffed, you're not much of a person. You're not much of a bad guy, to be honest with you. If you want to impress me, take his handcuffs off and give him the chance to fight back. And you'll have that. During a police career, you'll have them say, take the cuffs off. Take that gun and badge off. Do this and that. At least they're willing to fight fair. You don't handcuff a man and then do him like that.
Not support Officer Brown's written account.
Immediately after that incident, Homestead's police chief Alexander Roll Jr. was notified and informed the state attorney's office.
We're not going to tolerate this kind of behavior from our police officers.
Now there is your supervisor. That is what the Kentucky State Police needs here in Kentucky. You need a supervisor that doesn't care to fire people, discharge people, let them go, cut your losses before you lose a bunch in lawsuits. You're better off to train another officer than you are to keep that man on the street. Now there's your supervisor, there's your chief that's willing to stand up and say, we're not going to tolerate this. Instead of, well, it's been investigated, he's off work with pay until the investigation's complete. Bullcrap. That man just committed assault.
Officers.
And Brown has been relieved of duty without pay. He was issued a $10,000 bond earlier in the day, which he did post.
And that's great. That's the way it should be. Guys, we've got to start standing up. We stand up for the good police and we get rid of the bad. It's got to be like that. Thanks for joining me. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do, and we'll catch you on the next one.